Hi, my name's Mike, and in today's video I want to do a teaching about deception, the deceiver. I might make this a two-part video because originally when I tried to do it longer than 7 minutes, it didn't seem to upload, which is unusual. I've done videos longer, and it seems to be again on teaching about the deceiver and Satan. It seems never to work. Anyway, I'll try to make the video a bit shorter and maybe two, possibly longer than 3 parts. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, this is about the deceiver. What tactics does the deceiver use? Let's start by understanding more about the deceiver Satan. In Ezekiel 28:14 it says that Satan was an anointed guardian cherub. For so I ordained you. You were on the holy mount of God. You walked among fiery stones. So Satan had a high position. And in Ezekiel 28:13 it shows he was handsome, perfect, but proud and haughty. It says here in Ezekiel 28:13, Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering. And it speaks about the stones of his covering. And as you go further in Ezekiel 28, it says here, Thou wast perfect in thy way from the day that was created till iniquity was found in thee. Thy heart, and in 28:17 it says, Thy heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by the reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground, I will lay thee before kings, that they may behold thee. And in Isaiah 14:12-14 it says, How you have fallen from heaven, O star of the morning, son of the dawn. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So Satan wanted to be like God, worship like God. He tried to even convince other angels to join him in rebellion against God, and he convinced actually a third of the angels in his deception, as it says in Revelation 12:4, and his tail swept away a third of the stars of heaven, and he threw them to the earth. And in Revelation 12:9, and the great dragon was thrown down, the serpent of old, who is called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. So what we have learned is that he is a very clever deceiver. He deceived a third of God's angels. He even deceived and beguiled Eve into eating the forbidden fruit. In 2 Corinthians 11:3, But I am afraid that just as Eve was deceived by the serpent's cunning, your minds may somehow be led astray from your sincere and pure devotion to Christ. So he beguiled her, charmed Eve in a deceptive way. I'm sure it took time to be her friend so that trust was reached. Then came the deception, as we read in Genesis chapter 3 onwards. And you can read that. It's about the serpent deceiving Eve, and she taking the fruit. And in it, he said he won't die, but obviously she did die, and so did Adam after he ate it as well. And he said here also an important part, your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. So Satan deceived Eve, and she ate, and Adam ate also, and he died as well. Satan also was saying, you don't need God in your life. You can choose yourself what's good and bad. You can become your own God. Satan deceived them to make them like himself, a rebel against God. Satan used a mouthpiece, the serpent, to deceive Eve. Likewise, Satan is using mouthpieces to deceive the masses, as it states in 1 John 5:19. We know that we are of God, and that the whole world is under the power of the evil one. Satan even tried to tempt Jesus to worship him, and he offered all the kingdoms of the world, as we read in Matthew 4:8-9. And again the devil took him, Jesus, to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. All this I will give you, he said, if you fall down and worship me. And what I'll do, I'll end it there, and I'll do another part. God bless you all. Bye-bye.